This conference will now be recorded.
The time being 7 p.m., we will now bring the Tilton Budget Committee of January 4th, 2023 to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
I like the poisonous plants.
We can start with the minutes of December 7th.
It's just a throat tickle.
Yeah.
I did make a correction that Tim found on your copies.
What was that?
I made a correction that Tim found on your copy.
Yeah, I know there was one. I had a point there. I think is that on this one? Yeah, Franklin V&A, right? I think that was the only correction I had.
Who's the vice chair? Is that Catherine?
I'll move we accept the Wednesday, December 7th, 2022 Tilton Budget Committee meetings with the correction of Franklin V&A replacing the LRMC in the amount to approve 6,000 instead of request of 12,572.
Second.
Any other corrections, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. What else we got?
None.
Tim wants to, you want on the floor for any reason or?
No, just to answer any questions. With year end, I'll have a new budget for you this next week, an updated budget with everything, but didn't have an opportunity to pull that together for today. There will be a couple of minor changes, I think, namely the janitorial lines we put $1 in them for the PD and town hall. But we have to, in order to cancel the contract, we need 30-day notice, so we have to budget for the month of January. So that'll be relatively minor. And outside of that, I can just tell you, I got the bill today for December's curbside collection and recycling disposal. And the recycling disposal was $157 a ton. And it's almost double what our December rate is for tipping fees at Wheel Grader.
For just
Of course,
a
that's going
regular?
up in January. What's that?
So the recycling was like twice as much
The
as
single stream recycling per ton is almost double. Yeah.
the normal
Right.
waste? Yeah, so
than
why are
solid
we,
waste.
why are we doing that?
Right.
You're right. Yeah.
So, I mean, it varies, but this particular month is $157 a ton. So, it's
Do you
crazy.
think that was because it was more up there? Like people?
No. It's
It's a
the rate.
variable rate.
It's a variable rate.
Oh, so it
How do
changes
they
every month.
arrive at a variable rate?
It was wrapping paper.
Huh?
The extra wrapping paper getting dumped in from last month.
No, I didn't know if people heard that
No,
this
but
was it for recycling and they were just cleaning stuff out and.
Oh, no,
You know.
it's, no, I mean,
If the cost
off
per
the top of my
ton,
head, I don't know. the
Less
tons
people are
exactly.
purchasing it.
well, you're saying the cost per ton varies.
Yes, on the recycling disposal,
And
but
I just don't
for
know,
single stream,
how do you,
you
How do
pay
you-
what the recycling center, or you pay what the recycling center tipping fees are that particular month.
so if they're separating and they find there's more glass or something, or,
And
I
if
mean,
they can reject loads, but it's based off of the value of single stream recycling by ton at that, at that market rate. So I imagine there's a certain amount of, glass, cardboard, plastics, aluminum in each, ton that they can.
so you mean if there was less metal, they might charge more per ton? I
I
don't
don't know.
I don't understand the parameters or
Yeah.
how they're doing it.
Basically, you take your recycling to a center that will accept it, and you pay what they tell you you're gonna pay.
Okay,
That's basically the way it works.
Yeah, yeah.
And presumably, it's based off of a market rate and what it costs.
The market's pretty well dropped out.
right. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So their resale is
Yeah.
not what it was.
And our tipping fee is 70, December's rate, was it $78 a ton, thereabouts. So, so 157, it's just unreal. And the tipping fee for Wheelabrator is going up to 85 in January for 23.
Mhm.
Goes up to 90 in 24 and so on and so forth. But anyway, those were just the two things I thought I would point out. So,
Sure.
um,
Well, I was reading the website notice. I don't have any blue containers, so mine are green. So I guess that's what they mean, that the
right,
bigger
blue or
ones
green,
you're gonna keep.
the recycling.
Mine are,
Yeah.
those of mine are most damaged, both the tops are cracked, so they fill with water. I mean, I've been trying to repair them, but because they're slapped around every week,
Right.
the cracks just get bigger again,
Yeah,
so.
if people let Bernard know, they'll make sure they get repaired.
Can they get us replacement? All we need is replacement covers. I can replace them, but yeah.
I'll take them in place.
Okay, yeah, great, yeah.
I believe it's on that pamphlet, that digital pamphlet, that there's the
Yeah.
number for Bernard for
That's
the
right.
replacement stuff. So
Is there
it's
notice
okay.
being sent out to people? Because not everybody reads the website.
Well, so
There's
we
specifics.
supplied a mailing list, but we hadn't seen anything materialize from that. So I really don't know.
They have specific requests, like they're supposed to leave some out there and they're gonna pick them up. And they're supposed to be cleaned out and then they're gonna pick them up in the next
there's-
3 weeks.
There's a schedule for picking.
They've
up.
already started doing it.
Okay,
They
so
have started.
imagine if they empty these, they'll just pick them up. Is
So
that-
the garbage, the garbage ones, they will leave what we currently use for recycling ones. Those ones will
Right.
be
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And it
To be
tells
used
you
in the future.
which date it's going to happen. And so if you're a Tuesday pickup, it tells you, what it would normally be for recycling, trash, that sort of thing. So it's pretty, you have to read it carefully, but it's all in there.
Well, I just think some people are gonna come out and their trash cans are gonna be gone. They're gonna say,
We've had a few-
who stole my can?
We've had a few
Because they have
calls
no
like
idea that that's gonna happen.
I've had calls and emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
So you
thought the
play
town,
along and go, oh my God, I don't know.
the town could have sent out a notice
No.
to those people that have those cans.
Should have sent it with the tax bill.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, there wasn't time to do that.
We didn't pay our trash bill, they took, they
The
repossessed.
contract still-
Well, they could have stuck it to the garbage cans a couple weeks
Well,
ago.
that's what I thought was going to happen.
They love to stick other things to the cans, why can't they just put the notice on it?
Good
Talking to
point.
the wrong
That was
guy.
a good idea.
And wrong, that's the
We're out of time
wrong
now.
company.
That's right.
This town has never been good at notifying. Ever. It's expensive to do it right.
Okay.
So what's
Go
the
straight in your
story
section.
on, what is the story on Lockmere Water District?
Yeah, let's talk about Lockmere.
They're not gonna give us their budget until it's, what?
Approved by the state, by DRA.
We don't want that budget.
I have told them that 3 times.
Even after they put.
We have to play hardball.
I make a
They got-
motion that we tell Lockmere District that it is necessary to have it here on our table next week, or it's a zero budget for us.
And then they can deal with the state to get it back in our budget.
I mean, they must have a copy they can send us.
And send somebody to present it that knows what they're doing.
That's,
I'll second that motion. Any discussion on that motion?
What was the motion?
That
We
We-
give them a deadline
we-
of next Wednesday.
give Lockyer Water District the deadline of having the budget here next week, or we'll have to not recommend it.
Can we be specific about the makeup of that budget? I don't want the one they sent to DRA.
Right, we want a budget,
I don't want their municipal service, their
we
form.
want their
Well, what do you want?
2023
Which one do you
budget
want?
prepared
What was it?
by their accountant, right? I mean, I don't know. We don't want the DRA paperwork. We want a real budget.
Okay, we want
What's
a
the word, Tim? We look
balance
Detailed
sheet.
list of their expenditures by account
and
and
revenue.
revenues.
There you go.
Just the
What
detail
Tim
of
said.
their- detail of expenses and revenues.
Okay, so
And have
detailed
somebody
expenses and
prepared to
revenue.
present it.
Not, so we want to ask for not the one they sent to DRA, but a detailed expense and income balance sheet, or?
Well, no, it'd be really more like a profit and loss. Well, I mean, just, and the problem they're gonna have is, I mean, what you wanna see is you wanna see what they spent for postage, what they spent for.
Right.
you know,
so line item technically.
a line item expenditure.
Expense and revenue.
Expense and revenue.
We don't want lump sums.
Yeah, and the problem with
We want
DRA's
detail.
form is there's one place for revenues essentially and one administrative expense line that they use.
Right, so we want a detailed revenue and expense report.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Okay,
But isn't that
You're
what
not
we
that sick.
ask all the groups coming in?
pretty much, yeah. But
So they need
I-
to follow the guideline that we give everybody.
well,
Lisa, just a question, not to throw you in the bus. Have you checked your spam folder? Because she would probably come from outside the town thing. I'm just speculating.
Melissa?
That's a good idea.
It's Jessica.
Just-
And can we also say have someone that's, well, someone who can answer budget
Qualified.
committee's questions?
and a representative that can.
Do they know
Yes,
they're
sir.
required by law to present their budget to us?
I think we should tell
Basically,
them.
when we tell them to?
That can all be on the motion. Since you are required by law to
There it is.
Present.
Bingo.
a budget to the Tilton Budget Committee, we,
She just recently.
Yeah.
what's that?
Is it a report?
Hold on.
If you forward it to
I
me,
can, yeah.
I can print it out.
Okay.
Do you have it?
Yep.
See if it's what we want.
So
Probably not.
So
for
we
the
have-
moment, I
we have-
rescind my
we have-
motion.
We have
Exciting.
something?
Better than what we
Yeah.
currently have.
So at the moment, I
Bingo.
rescind my motion.
Okay.
Rescind your second.
I'll
I know
rescind my
these
second.
things. I have stuff that sits in my spam folder.
We'll get that.
Weird, because I never usually get any in that
Yeah.
one for some reason.
So Judy just rescinded her motion and he rescinded his second, so we're gonna. For the minutes.
See what's going
I'm
on.
gonna relax.
Yeah.
No, relax for a
The
minute.
entire motion was.
That's okay, good. We'll just
We were still working on it.
Yeah, it's literally the only spam email I have in that whole thing. Weird.
Well, yay. Let's see if it's what we need.
I hope so.
And then we need a person to
It's
present
only
it.
2 pages.
That is 2 pages more than we have right here.
It's a good starting point.
Right. After we look at it, we can ask for more information.
It's probably not
We need-
Yeah, I mean, at least we've got something to work with.
Right, right.
Well, hopefully.
How many are we? 6?
6. Please.
What, did he fall down in there or something?
Is that the printer?
Got so much security.
How much longer, Judy, before your eyeballs are better?
They were supposed to take the stitches out today and it's too swollen still. So they're like, oh, we'll try again next week.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
I
go
bet
me.
she-
Very. Yes. It's okay. What are you gonna do? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah.
She's like, I'll just take them all myself.
He's like, I'm sorry, I'd like to wait a week. I'm like, oh, whatever. That's what you're getting paid the big bucks for. You told me?
Yeah, this is what you're.
This is what you're looking
Is it
for.
detailed?
Yeah, I would say that's
Great.
detailed enough. Well,
You want my light?
I think you're.
Can you blow it up for Stevie?
Wow.
It might help.
Thank you, Tim. So excited.
Lots of round numbers.
I know, right? How does that happen?
Because this is their projected.
This is their budget, not what they actually spent.
Oh, don't we usually make people give us their spent too?
We do.
Like their actual for
Last
the year?
year's actual, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no actuals.
I think we need that.
Right.
So there's no really way to budget this.
We just need them to send us the actuals.
And then be able to answer questions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Let's see.
But I think the actual is where we might have questions. Right? Like what was actually spent.
The real estate taxes are $4,000 even? That's easy to look up.
Right,
Yeah,
general
they just
government.
do
That's
round
odd.
numbers.
Probably give them a break. Payroll deduction.
They do that so they can, their bottom line is 0.
Oh,
Look at that. How does that, oh my God, come on.
They only bill, they only set their rates to cover their expenses.
Yeah, but right to the penny.
But these are all round numbers, to the penny. Doesn't the commission, like, sewer
That's a little
commission do that
suspect.
too? Money in, but yeah.
What's a small business? Easy to do that. I do it all the time. I round it off. You know.
So if we get the actual, last actual, we could work with something.
Hey, we're into 2023. We need 2022 actual.
The good news is if they have this, they'll have the actuals.
Right.
I don't see anything on repairs or maintenance. Am I missing it?
They have pump station, a pump house, 9,600.
General building repairs
Oh, yeah,
Well, there it is.
41.99.
is $850.
So there's nothing in here to resolve the issue they're having with the contaminants in their water.
Well, there's some, oh no,
Purification supply?
purification, but it's only $250. It's
Yeah,
just
that's-
supplies.
Yeah,
They
that's,
have chemicals, but I think that's something that they usually use.
Chemicals, 5,000.
I
Right,
think that's what they use anyway.
and reagent supplies, meters and accessories.
That's why it would be nice to see the actual, to see if they built any in for the issue.
Water testing is 1,500. Water testing and all
Hey, waterworks, 204, we got $4 to make it zero.
that.
It's the $4. The only one with a number. All right, we'll put this
Well, it's a
aside
start.
so we get, yeah.
So should we
I
ask
just
Joe
asked-
or
I just asked Jessica, their accountant, for their actuals.
Ray?
We should get
Thank
them
you.
for 20 and.
Yeah.
21 and 22.
Scott's like, okay, let me send another.
I think we have them last year's in the
No,
last year's.
No, all we got
paper.
last year was the
Yeah, the
form they
blue
sent
Oh,
to
same thing.
we
TRA,
got less last year.
an MS form.
Weren't they changing it? Accountants or something?
Well, they were,
Cheaper?
yeah, they were rearranging people and trying to get people to do stuff.
We should hold your send until.
I think- Yeah, I think their accountant was new.
Yeah, so they were having difficulty.
So
getting
then what we
everything
should,
on
our motion
QuickBooks.
should be to have them still come next week. Right?
Yeah, if you guys think we should have somebody come in to explain
We might
the
have questions.
expenditures, yeah.
It'd be nice if the stuff comes in ahead of time, if we can have it ahead of time to look at.
Do you think we could get Jessica? Is that the one?
I can ask. She wasn't very available the last time.
Yeah. Because I mean,
The
Paul.
law
Paul
requires
would
one of
be-
them to
Would be
come.
able to help us. You know, he wouldn't know.
We would.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be. mean, but he doesn't.
Well, no, I know he obviously,
He does.
yeah.
Does he have an administrative assistant, someone that pays the bills and stuff for him, that might understand the budget better than him?
Isn't that Jessica?
She's their accountant.
Oh, isn't that the person that would do that for them?
I don't know, I'm asking, I don't know the
Bookkeeper would
structure of
do
the
it.
office.
I don't know.
Accountant doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
do it, but they can.
I mean, it looks like payroll's only $4,800, is that just his salary?
Oh, no, they got more down here. They got system operators, 11,000.
Well, those are the ones that run the pump, the wells though and stuff. Right,
I don't see,
up top,
taxes. payroll
administrative
taxes,
payroll.
or-
Yeah, there's admin and water services, and that could be outsourced to somebody.
Right,
Well, this says it's administrative payroll, like she said, so there's no,
is that his salary?
company has to match taxes, so there has to be payroll taxes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 4155 deduction match, but who knows what that is.
Unless it's like a stipend or something.
That could be-
Unless it's a
It's added to the
W-9 or
taxes.
something, right?
That's why it'd be nice to have someone that could answer the question.
So, let's see, you contacted Jessica?
Yep.
So
asked
should we
about
have Lisa,
Actuals for 22, actuals for 21, and if she can be here next week at 7 p.m.
or someone
Someone
that,
by
or
law.
someone, anybody that can explain
Answer questions.
the,
The more that she gets, the more chance that.
the statement?
It is required by law that someone is that.
Explains it all.
Someone capable of
Hold the
answering
send.
questions. We won't keep you long, I know you bill by
This
the
is
hour.
now,
I wonder if this was prepared for us.
yeah.
Well,
it's
I know they
okay.
changed their software last year, beginning of the year,
She's using QuickBooks.
because they deducted money out of their reserve, I think, for that. It's almost $1,600.
I think they're in the process of doing that last year because it wasn't really,
So that may have been software and hardware.
Yeah.
If they have QuickBooks, they have access.
Absolutely.
Looks like this form was created
Yeah, this one.
November 25th,
Yes, that's what it,
over a month ago.
That was probably when they were submitting it to DRA.
Right.
Because that's what Joe, I think it's been, from my conversations back and forth with Joe, is they've got this locked into their heads that the stuff needs to go to DRA before it comes to us, which we have clearly told them it doesn't.
Right.
So,
Then the accountant should know
Let's
that.
do some good things.
So should Lisa reach out to the gentleman as well and tell him that we're putting him on the agenda for 7 and that someone needs to be here that can answer questions?
I think
Bylaw.
we're doing that.
Well, he's contacting
Jessica.
the accountant, but what if she says, no, I can't make it? I mean, he should have an opportunity to make sure somebody's here. He's the one really responsible.
So we'll have Lisa reach out to
Paul?
Paul and say, thank you for the budget overview, but we would like last year's actuals and the year before actuals
she just got back to me.
and
Yes.
someone to explain them.
So she said, let me confirm with Boudreaux and check the status with the DRA. I said, we don't need the DRA stuff, just the actuals and a rep to meet with us.
So they're still talking about DRA.
Well, the thing about it is they send the budget, their budget to DRA. They think if we change it,
Well, what DRA gets, there, of a 7-page document, there's about 8 to 10 places that they have to fill in numbers. It is so consolidated that there's nothing that DRA would be changing on there. I mean, I had to do it for them one year when they were changing personnel, and it was so late that they needed help. So DRA had asked me to reach out and work with them so they could get their report done, or else we weren't going to get the tax rate. And so it's very little that goes on that form, at least that they've reported in the past, unless they're now splitting things out. I suppose that's possible.
I doubt it. It's $52,000.
And in fact, in the town report, we consolidate those 7 pages down to one consolidated statement of their MS form. It would just be such a waste of paper.
We're against waste.
so they must have monies in reserve.
They do. They have a capital or expendable trust fund that has about $90,000 in it.
Well, it's not, so that would be on there
It'd be on their balance sheet.
for the year. So we should,
Well, it's a expendable trust, so they add and subtract money from it. So generally speaking, I think not speaking for them, but my seeing their activity with the trustees is when they've had money left over at the end of the year, they deposit it in there. And then when they've had extraordinary expenses for things, they had to buy a snow blower one year. They bought the software and maybe hardware, the new system another year, things of that sort.
but that should be included in the reports we get,
Yeah,
right? I mean, we get them from other
I
nonprofits.
agree.
It won't be on the reports they give us unless she gives the balance sheet.
Right. And that would show you the assets that they own
Liabilities, yeah.
as well in their current accounts. That sort of thing.
I think we should have that.
I mean, there's no way that they're gonna spend exactly what's
No.
here and end
It's the
up with
most
exactly
rounded-
zero. That's
We were
crazy.
trying other nonprofits to tell us what they have in the bank. Right? We've
Well,
we've
yeah.
lowered what we've given people because they have too much money in the bank. So we'll be asking for a balance sheet as well.
That will show the other items. The trial balance contains both balance sheet and profit and
All
loss.
right, so we want a trial balance and we want 21 21 and 22 actual.
Well, the trial balance is actual, yeah.
So
From QuickBooks, yeah.
as of the end of November, they had $95,082 in their reserve account, expendable trust, Lockmere Village District Expendable Trust Fund.
How many? 82?
I did put
85?
95.
Or
90.
I put 95K.
$95,082 as of the end of November.
See, that one's not even.
I was wondering why it wasn't 95 even.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Well, my first question is, what is their actual income?
What's right there?
It's not
42,000.
52,244.
52,244. This is right there.
Well, that's what
So
we're,
they're like the sewer commissioners, their income is based on fees.
They set the rate based
People-
on their anticipated expenses.
People use water, they move away for 6 months and don't use water. I mean, that is so variable.
The actual.
There's so many things that affect it. Somebody springs a leak, now they're gonna be charged for too much water. I mean, so this is not what their income is. This is what they're estimating.
Right. That's what their plan is.
it's an overview.
Right.
So have we got, what have we got? We're gonna send them?
So am I still sending something to Paul?
I would, whatever she had just outlined, I would send that to Paul and maybe CC Jessica on it. That's my
Is
suggestion.
there an email for Paul?
I have no idea.
I've never emailed him because I didn't think he'd be.
I don't believe he's got a computer.
No, because I had to order a part for him from my computer at the hardware store.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
With
he
his,
does not have a
with his mailing address, because he didn't have a computer. Yeah, so who do we contact?
I would-
You want me to send it to Jessica?
Jessica, and you'll CC Joe Jessica.
There you go, yeah.
He'll probably be able to get that Paul directly. Please.
So it's saying,
We
well, I
haven't had
don't
much
think the
success
3402
communicating
is the
through Joe.
customers. I think that's the line.
No, Joe gave me Jessica.
How many customers do they
So
have?
then you communicated to
Yeah,
Jessica.
Joe's been responsive about it, and then, but he's
Bunch.
He's just one of 3, so.
obviously.
You're tired, aren't you?
So what do you have, Lisa? We're looking for a 2021, 2022.
The detailed list of expenses and revenue for 2021 and 2022.
No, you can change it to trial balance for 21 and 22 actuals.
Let's see, trial balance.
Actuals.
Yep.
And the balance sheet.
That's on the trial balance.
So just ask for the trial balance. actually.
Mhm.
And have someone here that can answer questions.
By law.
They are required to appear. And you can say that they are required by law to appear before the budget committee.
Yeah, you could make
It's not
that the
optional.
opening statement. As you know, you are required by law to
Appear before.
appear before the budget committee. This is what we would like to see.
Right. And we'd like to see you next Wednesday. Which is what, the 11th?
Today is the 4th, so it would be the 11th.
DRA has said this is not
We
uncommon
will not accept the DRA forms in lieu
because
of
there's
this,
so many little
Lisa. We
village
will not
districts
accept
across
the
the
DRA
state
forms in lieu of
just don't
this
have people.
request.
Yeah,
that want to participate or do.
Well, they don't have a clue.
Have we done the sewer department yet here?
We what?
I don't even think we got a budget, did we?
For what?
Not yet.
Okay,
We
We
got
don't have a
nothing from
budget
them
yet
either.
for sewer.
okay, because we usually see them
I don't
too.
have it.
So we need to get them.
That'd be another email, Lisa.
The only thing I know is, I
like, what?
think
Sewer department, sewer commission.
the bottom line is 512,070,
Back in
but
November.
that's all I know. The only thing I was aware of was the bottom line was 512,070, but I haven't seen anything
For the sewer.
beyond that.
Yeah.
I thought we approved it. about getting voted?
Well, you may have.
Just hasn't
I can
gotten
check
this
with
far?
Donna. I'll check with her, so.
I didn't think we had the budget from them yet.
No,
I wasn't at their meeting in December because
Right.
I don't share germs.
We didn't have that.
thank you.
We only had 2 meetings in we only had 1 meeting in December. Right? And then it was canceled.
Mm.
Oh, you had 2.
Did we
They
have
met
2?
the third
Okay.
Tuesday.
So we had the 14th there.
We met the 20th.
So we haven't had the minutes for the 14th.
No, you'll have the next time.
Huh?
You'll have the next meeting.
Okay. And then public hearing is February.
Yeah, we'll have to,
We have to be, what, 10 days before?
yeah, I don't have the calendar.
Yeah.
with me.
So we should discuss that next meeting too. When is the best day for our
Then we're gonna have to vote on the budget.
public hearing? Right. We could vote on it at that point if we want. Unless we should be voting on it before.
The last day to hold at least one budget hearing is Friday, February 17th.
So the only reason I would ask if you can vote earlier than that would be the deadline for the town report. So for people to be able to have a town report to see what the budget committee has voted on, what the selectmen have voted on, you know, that it would be helpful if that could be, the next few weeks.
Okay, when is the deadline?
Deadline's next Friday, but,
Okay.
but, there are things that are gonna come in.
Well, I don't know why we can't do that next week. Vote on the budget. Whatever we do, different departments or the whole one, whatever. But we've already voted on most of the outside agencies.
Right.
Yeah. So we
I
just,
do have those in the budget you'll get next
Yeah.
week. Have those updated.
okay.
Did I read somewhere that the selectmen have done something creative as far as, I don't know if it's with Birch Hill Kennels or with somebody else that's pay as you go?
We do, we work with Franklin Animal Shelter.
That's right.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about Birch Hill
Birch Hill
Kennels.
is
off the-
And we lowered that.
And then
because
Lakes
the-
Region Planning. I don't think we have voted on Lakes Region Planning.
We don't even have numbers.
Is it just a line item in
It's
their budget?
It's in the budget, yeah.
Mm.
If you have your budget from 15th. Yeah, so it'd be the first item on outside agencies. It was, the request was $4,155.
Is that up or down from last year?
Up.
Same.
$332.
It was 35, 31,
3838. was,
Oh, my
22.
2022 is blinking. 38.50.
So next week you will have reviews or some,
Yep, I'll have an updated.
Great.
It'll be very little changed, but I don't expect a lot to happen tomorrow. We'll just have that 1 month of janitorial added.
Did you get a new electric bill yet?
For street lighting, yes, but not for the.
Was there much increase on the street lighting?
It was, unfortunately, it really didn't do much good because there were 8 pages of credits and about 8 pages of changing out all the old lighting, the new lighting, and the timeframes were skewed. So they actually sent us our 2 street lighting bills in a FedEx packet that was about this thick.
Sounds
So
like
the
fun.
bottom line was it was almost a wash. I think all the street lighting was about $200 for the month, but there was a lot that transitioned. So it wasn't representative, let me put it that way. But I did, based on what I could see from the rates that they're charging for the fixtures and everything else, I did up or lower the expense for street lighting. And we did receive the rebate that we were expecting from Eversource as at the completion of the project, so that was good. So everything else has gone well with it. And we've been trained on them. They're addressable streetlights. And so pretty cool.
Great.
Got one.
We do.
Are we gonna request a budget from sewer?
We get a report each morning.
We should, yeah.
And they say to give it 2 days
So
to reboot.
we should request a budget from the sewer commission.
Yeah, I'll ask John.
Pillsbury.
Okay, great.
Pillsbury and Prosper.
For next week.
Yeah, I'll have to, I'm assuming she already has one.
Yeah, I would think, yeah.
Do they come and present it? Sewer?
They usually do.
They usually do,
have,
yeah.
Okay. We'll have a nice busy week next Wednesday.
Did anybody else have that? Was that one?
Did you all receive Jeannie Forrester's responses?
Yes,
Questions?
I thought it
I
was
should have printed
a
it.
good bullet points, what's happening with the economic development and the other expenses to the town hall. That would,
Oh, the assessment, right?
right.
Well, it was,
Oh, yeah, there's. I got it here. Budget questions. Yeah, you all
For
got
the
the,
chimney, the boiler, the roof.
right.
And the boiler was encumbered. So, and a roof repair was encumbered. That was a minor repair.
so if a new boiler is going in, then there's no need to repair the chimney because new boilers are not vented like that old antique in the basement. So that expense should be gone, repairing the chimney. And if the cost of the new boiler was encumbered, what is the other expense? I understand there was an assessment done of town hall, but a lot of those things don't have to be done immediately. ADA things don't have to be done immediately. They only have to be done if extensive repairs are done on the building.
Yeah, she's gathering quotes right now on the ADA.
She what?
She is gathering quotes right now on the ADA portions. So I
Right,
think-
but again, they don't have to be done because there are no significant changes being done to town hall. We're not moving doors or walls or ceilings or reconstruction.
So I'm just letting you know where the process is. So I would anticipate that there'd be something happening in 23 regarding that. I think that's the plan.
That's what she says. Phase 2 will begin 2023. They have 5,000 in the budget for an ADA consultant.
12% increase, it would be nice if it was spread more over.
The
couple of years.
DPW will do the work.
Well, we can change that.
Mm. I guess what I was looking for was more specifics on exactly what was going to be done in 23. And the costs. But as you said, there's no estimate. So the cost must be a basic.
So
Yep.
she's working, like I said, she's working on that.
I don't think they know yet because they're just put 5,000 for a consultant, right? To
figure that out.
Right, and that may, yeah, right, that's correct.
Mhm.
She's getting quotes on the consultants as well. The first one came back a little high.
Getting quotes on anything these days is nothing easy.
No, everybody seems to be very busy.
So the consultant's gonna tell us what needs to be ADA, is that what this consultant is?
For the changes.
I think, yeah, and I think.
Because you know what ADA regulations are.
Well, I think the idea also is if Public Works is going to be doing the work, that they would need, I think the ideal is to find somebody that can not only, spec it, but also design it so they can just do the build. Save the
Guidance.
money on the build side.
Mhm.
Whatever that is.
Right.
ADA is different everywhere. There's no specific ADA.
Did anyone have any questions on any of the budget lines?
Maybe, not now.
I think it's a great budget considering the inflation and everything that's happening, that it's only up, what, 2.9%?
2.2
2.2.
last, but it'll
Yeah,
change slightly.
right.
It might have been even if the administrative side had done the same job that the police and public works had done on theirs.
Well, and a good portion of that is the town hall maintenance and repairs. That's 50,000 of that increase.
Right.
But yeah, so, but what is that 50,000 for specifically?
The roof's a problem. So we're currently trying to figure out, do we do a patch right now and then a bigger, more extensive job, or do we just go with the bigger, more extensive job right away?
And do you have estimates for the roof?
We do. They vary.
Oh, I'm sure greatly.
Yeah.
They do.
Where's the patching?
It's, I don't know exactly up there. There's, because
Doesn't
it's,
Around
look
the
like
vents?
It's leaking or
I
anything.
know.
it's.
Or I should say the drain.
Rubber membrane. It's 8 feet.
So it's just cracking.
Yeah,
It's not leaking yet or anything.
I can-
We have had problems with it in the past. It was repaired. What year was that?
The rain event?
Oh, that windy one.
Yeah, but, yeah, no. Yeah, we've had water coming down before, but trying to think, it was repaired at one point, after you were here during that.
The membrane had a tear in it,
Yeah,
so they patched it. They sealed it.
and right
And then
now-
the drain froze because the tape wasn't turned
That's
on and it all
That's
backed.
I can get you a good deal on Flex Seal.
That's good stuff.
How about just buy a big blue tarp?
That'll work well.
It's been done in
It does
town
look
plenty of
nice.
times.
They look nice when they stop laughing.
And it only takes about 3 years of sun for those to break down.
You're right. Actually, 1 year for the blue ones.
Yeah.
Get the gray ones, they're better.
Yeah, it's not weather, it's sun that breaks that stuff down.
Yeah, the sun. Plastic.
I can tell you the building revenues are gonna be good next year. There's 4 projects that should bring in some good revenue for building permits.
Up at the Anchorage.
The Preserve,
U-Haul?
which is the Anchorage
Yeah.
project.
U-Haul.
The U-Haul, and then Tilton School has a project coming up, and
What's U-Haul doing?
Expanding.
yeah, big expansion.
They have to put a new septic system. At least, that's why I know, because the other one isn't working well.
Right.
But they did an outstanding revenue this year. They really came in very strong at the end of the year, and because of the dialysis center added to that. So it should be a good year for permits.
Yeah, Tilton, well, Tilton's got the current project, the mansion project that just started, and then they'll shift to the other side of the building, which is considered a second project. as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like people need to go home and get some medicine.
Your PJs.
Are we all set? Do you think we have everything we need for next week?
Let's hope.
Next week will
Do
be
you need a
long.
motion?
Yes, it will.
Would you like to make a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Lights out.
Thank you.
You made the other motion, you didn't, so I didn't want to
no,
left out.
we're not, I'll be honest